Yo, what's good boys, it's NinjSZN, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I leveled up and got cracked on controller. Now don't get it twisted, I wasn't always a controller GOAT. When I first started playing Fortnite, I was straight trash. But by using the tips I'm about to share with you today, I was able to take my gameplay to the next level. The first thing I did to level up was start using a solid practice routine. Having a routine helped keep my mechanics consistent, and it made sure I got a little better every time I hopped on. I like to kick things off by either doing a quick VOD review or watching some pro gameplay, ideally by another control player. Now, for my VOD reviews, I don't go super in depth because if you try to break down every little thing, it just feels like too much work and you end up skipping it more often than not. So instead, I just look over a couple of games where I died and I jot down the reason why. For example, if I died because I ran out of mats, I will make a note to farm more and try to build less the next time I play. When it comes to watching pros, I pay attention to how they fight, the angles they pressure from, their rotations, and what loadouts they prefer. Watching pros, or even players who are just a bit better than you, can give you new ideas for taking fights that you might have never thought of before. And honestly, the players you watch to improve don't even need to be tier 1 pros. Sometimes, it's tough to learn from top level pros because they're so far ahead skill wise. Plus, nowadays, a lot of them play on keyboard. So, when you're watching someone to improve, just remember, it doesn't have to be a pro. It can be any player you think is solid and who you think you can learn from. For the next part of my routine, I went to a specific practice map, code on the screen, and I head straight to the free build section. I like to start off by free building at a lower speed, around 0.8. While I'm building, I'm really focused on crosshair placement and perfecting my edits. After about 2 to 3 minutes of this, I switched it up to a higher speed and free build for another 2 to 3 minutes. On this higher speed, I'm not stressing too much about having perfect edits or builds. The point of building at a faster speed is to make it feel easier when you go back to a normal speed. Trust me, once you're done building at a higher speed, and you switch back, everything feels way smoother. After about 8 to 10 minutes of free building, I work on whatever weakness I noticed the last time I played. So for example, if the last time I played, my aim fell off, I would head to the aiming section of the map and do a few drills for around 10 minutes. Now when it comes to my routine, I don't like sticking to the same drills every time. I prefer to go with the flow, and the reason for this is simple. Sticking to a rigged routine with specific drills can get boring fast. If you're not having fun, it's really hard to stay consistent. And let's be real, enjoying the process is one of the biggest factors when you're trying to improve in a game. So while I do have a routine I like to stick to, I don't force myself into doing specific drills every time. But anyways, for the next part of my routine, I move on to the piece control section. Again, I don't do specific drills, I just mix it up and I focus on the areas where I feel like need the most work. After 5 to 10 minutes of piece control practice, I like to wrap up my session with a free-for-all map. The map doesn't matter too much, but I usually go for either Montage's box fights or Forever Zone Wars. The next thing I did to level up a controller was find the right sensitivity and sticking to it. If you're not happy with your current sense, I'll link a video in the top right and also the description where I show exactly how to find a perfect controller sensitivity. Plus, I'll throw in a link to my most recent settings video. But if you already have a sense that you like, I highly recommend sticking with it for as long as possible. Now, for the longest time, I almost never changed my sense because I'd always say it's the player's fault, not the sensitivity. And I still stand by that, but recently, after playing around with my sense a bit, I do think it's good to adjust your sensitivity every once in a while. Just make sure there's small tweaks and micro adjustments, not big changes. Muscle memory is one of the most important aspects of this game. If you're constantly making big changes to your sense, you're basically resetting your muscle memory each time. That's why, so often, you might try a new sense, and yet, it feels amazing at first because of placebo, but after a few days, you just end up playing like you did before. I recommend only tweaking your sensitivity about once a week. This is also why warming up and having a consistent practice routine is so crucial. So many times, I'd get on and feel like my gameplay was sluggish or choppy, and I'd immediately blame my sensitivity, but in reality, it wasn't sense at all, I just wasn't warmed up yet. The next thing I did to improve a controller was practicing optimal edits in creative. Before, I used to make a lot of bad edits where way too much of my player would be exposed, and I end up taking unnecessary 50-50s. And I'm not gonna lie, I still made those edits sometimes, but it's nowhere near as bad as before. The reason I was making these risky edits wasn't because I thought they were good, it was because I knew I'd scuff the safer edits. Editing from the left side or making far edits are edits that a lot of control players struggle with. Those kind of edits are way easier on keyboard. As a control player, the only way to keep up is by practicing these edits as much as possible in creative. And you gotta practice them everywhere, not just while free building. So instead of always going for the top right corner or window edits like you're used to, start mixing in these optimal edits during creative fights. That way, it'll carry over to in-game. I hope you guys find these tips helpful. If you did, drop a like. Now, it's time for the gameplay portion of the video. So sit back, grab some water, and enjoy.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
This plays like us. 90.
Oh, mass. That's your left.
No.
Rod, 160, bro. And I got stinks.
150, bro.
Dead? I killed him with a sting.
Yeah, the other one's weak. The other one's weak. I hit him 150. Got a counter in his box. Yeah. Fighting.
Going down.
I killed him. They killed him. 105 on one.
Nice. Dead. Idiot. 100. 100.
Oh my.
Yeah, visuals in
the
here.
barn, in the barn, yeah. Wait, what?
Whoa! What the hell, bro? Just chilling in the corner.
He didn't see me?
You probably did, bro.
Blast me? Yeah, why didn't he blast me, bro? How did I not see him?
What do you think, bro? He's not trying to get into no beef right now.
I'm going like 170, by the way.
Dead.
That guy, right here.
Nice, dude.
There, cone.
Nice.
60.
Nice. Right here.
Love you.
In my box, in my box, in my box! Woo! Holy crap. They're so bad. How did they not kill me there? Alright. One more. Like rocket ride?
Yeah.
Ugh. Alright.
You're not good at it?
I hate this bullshit. Alright, hold on.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god, he's over here. I guess so.
Ready?
Maybe.
It's a drone. Jeez. Jeez, man.
I didn't know traps are back. That's stupid.
Nice, bro. Nice. Alright, boys. That's gonna be it for today's video. Real quick though, I want to give a shout out to my boy Bagwork Twizzy. I appreciate all your support. If you made it this far and you want to shout out my next video, comment Big Ninj 3 times. But alright, I'm out, bruh.